central defender. Okay, we are live at the Nyimba International Stadium for match day 4 of the ongoing Nigerian National Youth League Cup. A clash involving Supreme Kings Football Academy against the Abia Warriors under 19 youth system. It's still a goalless affair. Hostilities just got underway a couple of minutes back, and right here at the commentary box, I'm being joined by Chigozie Nwosu, forgetting my own very name, Mr. Flakes, on the commentary section. Good morning, Chigozie Nwosu. Thank you for joining us.
Thank you very much, Mr.
Interesting clash here between two familiar teams. We could say that this is a capital city derby as Supreme Kings Football Academy on the ball. Opportunity here. Looks like they've gotten the breakthrough so early. Kingsley AK gets the goal for the Kingmakers, as they finally call themselves. They look so primed. They look so determined to get the game going, and they've eventually responded their actions with works. Now the scoreline has been affected. Supreme Kings Football Academy won. Abia Warriors youth system nil. Chigozie saw how it all panned out early on. Early goal for the Kingmakers. What lies ahead for the young Abia Warriors youth team?
Showed class and they have showed their resilience, getting the goal first, and this goes a long way to show that they are 2-1 victory away from home. The last time wasn't a fluke. You see they are determined to consolidate the points that they got away from home, and this is what it is now. They have shown they're out, to get all maximum points at stake here.
Obviously, they've seen and they went to the glory of our land at the Samson Stadium. They got a very vital 2-1 victory away from home, and now they are here at the Nyimba International Stadium to also continue their impressive performance over there in the South region. Now back to their roots here, and now they are 1-0 up against Abia Warriors youth team. Talking about Abia Warriors youth team, they've been so struggling. This is their match week 4, and they've really not gotten any form of victory. They drew the first game, also drew the second game. The third game also ended on a stalemate. Now the fourth game they are trailing by a lone goal. A whole lot needs to be done here by Coach Uko Chigozie, who happens to be the head coach of the Abia Warriors youth system. And for the high-flying Supreme Kings Football Academy, it has been a fairy tale ride in the Medin National Youth League Cup. Now they are coasting on to victory. You can see Chinenye Ahuchog in the middle now for the Kingmakers. Obinna Ofoma, Udoha Joshua, back to Obinna Ofoma, who also picked the central defender, Michael Precious, on the ball. Tries to pick out the fleet-footed Chigozie Atwanya, who obviously has been penalized. The center referee, Gangley center referee, calls for an infringement to the favor of the already wounded young Warriors, who obviously need to do something spectacular to get back onto track. And the captain of the side, Chooks Edward, on the ball. Back to Chooks Edward. Ekene Christopher. Ekene Christopher tries to pick out the goalkeeper who cuts off his line. Wisdom Martins. That was so wise of him, as his name depicts. That wasn't the best of passes there from the right back to the goalkeeper, talking about Wisdom Martins.
Yeah, you see the back line of the Abia Warriors team. They are playing. You can see that they are fighting very hard, to get their rhythm in the game. And if care is not taken, if they don't level up, if they don't step up their game, a second goal, is bound to come for the Supreme King side. You can see their centre-back pair has been flat-footed, and that is the reason why the Supreme King teams has been able to penetrate them. And the only way they can fix this is to regain their confidence. The centre back should calm down and try to play these passes and try to open spaces for themselves.
You look at the back line for the Abia Warriors youth system, a whole lot of names there, trying to adapt to the rhythm of this context here. Onwara Victor, the head figure there at the back, alongside Chooks Edward for the Umaya base outfit. Now opportunity beckons here for youth system. Bright Mosu. Being scuttled by Costa Mihana to the captain for Supreme Kings. Tries to pick out Emmanuel Osondo on the ball. Emmanuel Osondo has got a certain Onwara Victor. Back to Chooks Edward. Marcelo Camoso on the ball there for the Abia Warriors under 19 team. Victor Onwara who tries to pick out the offensive unit for the Abia Warriors team. Pressure Michael regains possession for Supreme Kings. Goalkeeper Quintus Kelechi back to the lanky center back there. Destiny Chinedu alongside Precious Michael. Precious Michael yet again. Who picks out Oyin Prince. Deep in the middle there for the Kingmakers. Emmanuel Osonde now. Chicos out one opportunity yet again. And this man proved so crucial on one Victor, whose presence has been hugely felt earlier in this context. Prince Oyin being dispossessed now. They try to break. Bright wants to Sunday. Still Bright. Runs the goalkeeper opportunity. What a goal for a quick response for Abia Warriors youth team. Intelligent play there. He showed doggedness, he showed character. Bright wants to Sunday draws Abia Warriors level. Supreme Kings Football Academy won. Abia Warriors youth team won. And immediately we are seeing the first substitution of this context coming on is jersey number 2034. Abia Warriors youth system. Obviously and sadly the name couldn't reflect on the team list here. And outgoing is the impressive, looks like the impressive Onwara Victor, who obviously has been a solid, present at the back. You could deem this early substitution to, and to be that of, injury related. And you saw the goal that was scored by Bright, Wosu Sunday. Quick statement of intent from Abia Warriors team, Chigoze.
Yeah, they have shown that they have really shown that they have what it takes, to come back to this game, striving and trying to get their heads up, after being one goal down to equalize shows that they have what it takes, and that's another goal for Abia, for Supreme Kings.
That's been a tale of Kingsley Akers game here, who obviously regains the lead for this. The Kingmakers, Kingsley Ege, with the brace, a very crucial brace. What a defense plating pass there from Ahutogo Chineye, who tries to pick him out. And finally, Supreme Kings Football Academy 2, Abia Warriors under 19 1. Quick response set again. Chagot from Supreme Kings Football Academy.
Yeah, this is what we know them for. They are once you give them a bite, they come more and more for you. This is the Supreme Kings that we know. We can see them come from behind on so many occasions, to grab a win. So I was quite confident, that they are going to come back to the game, and they have actually confirmed, the faith I have in them, because I know they are Rays of Stars, which they parade, and they have to keep it solid this time around for them not to concede the type of cheap goal that they conceded in the first half, in their first goal. So the game is on now, and let's see what it brings up for the both sides.
Abia Warriors system trying to respond, immediately having gone behind yet again. Recently introduced shed number 24. Youth system of Abia Warriors. Throwing advantage to Abia Warriors. That man yet again, Bright Wosu Sunday, has been a menace for the backline of Supreme Kings. It's a throwing advantage. And let's not forget that this is the match day 4 of the ongoing National Youth League Cup, a clash here at the Enyimba International Stadium. Supreme Kings Football Academy against Abia Warriors under 19. Still on the ball, Charles Philadelphia. Say Charles Philadelphia for Abia Warriors team. Chooks Edward, who tries to pick out the right wing man there for the youth system of Abia Warriors. Still on the ball confidently. Opportunity now for chest number 18. Enjoying a brief spell of possession, Abia Warriors youth system. Still on the ball, Chibiko Oka. Obino Mukwe. Still Obino Mukwe. This is Ekile Christopher. The goalkeeper Wisdom Martins comes off his line. The back line of Abia Warriors each system enjoying a lion shot of possession. Omukwe now on the ball, dispossessed by the diminutive Ahuchog for Supreme Kings. Ekele Christopher. It's the backline of Abia Warriors. Still enjoying spell of position. The captain, Edward Chooks. Passes being exchanged intermittently. Try to pick out exploit any form of loopholes yet to be found, which has been so pretty elusive. It's the Young Warriors now on the rampage. Chibike Oka to Chooks Edward. Beautifully controlled in the ball. Possibilities here for the Young Warrior opportunity. Still on the ball. First to make a quick decision. Chibike takes a low drive blocked by the center back for Supreme Kings. Michael Precious. Gosta Mihanacho. Joshua Dora. They're struggling to play out of their own half, the Young Kings. Chance Philadelphia. That was a flick there from the shot number 18. Throwing advantage. Moment of pitch relief for the backline of Supreme Kings. They've been absorbing the pressure of all along. Ever since they scored the goal, they seem to gone so flat, Chagos.
Yeah, the Abia Warriors team has shown confidence playing out from their own half down to the final third of the opponent. And the only way this their effort, will make sense if it is being converted to a goal. They have been impressive for the past 5 minutes. They have held the possession, which shows that they have quality in the middle of the park. And going forward, the Supreme Kings team needs to beef up their middle. They have been absorbing pressure and they have not been able to pick up second balls. And this has been the main reason why they seem to be struggling at this moment. And then let's see what it goes for the team, going forward.
Opportunity now. Joshua Udora on the edge there for Supreme Kings. Obinna, Ofoma, back to Udora. Gosta Mihanacho. Ahuchogo Chineye. Oyin Prince, back to Ahuchogo. Beautiful piece of play from the Young Kingmakers. They've been dispossessed finally now. They break Abia Warriors system now. Chooks Edward. Chibike Oka. See the Chibike on the ball. Advancing forward the Young Warriors. Back to Chibike, who has been orchestrating proceedings in the middle for the Young Warriors. The captains with a beautiful switch of play. Philadelphia, Charles. Edwards, Chooks, back to Philadelphia, Charles. Possibilities here. Chibike, still Philadelphia. What a brilliant piece of play. Opportunity now for the system of the Warriors. Being dispossessed by Gosta Mihanacho, the captain. Ahucho Aguchineye, Joshua Udora. Ofoma Obinna, still Ofoma. Dispossessed by the left back, who has been so impressive here for the youth team of Abia Warriors. Still Abia Warriors on the ball. Obinna Ukwe. Bright Nwosu Sunday against the lanky centre back Destiny Chinedu, who retreats to clear the ball to safety. Corner kick advantage to the Abia Warriors team. The Abia Warriors team, Chagos, they've really been, they seem to be awakening from their shells ever since they considered the second goals. This time maybe they're going to also draw level, and they've got a corner kick to showcase their resilience later on.
Yeah, they have come to show that they have what it takes to match the Supreme Kings team. And the two goals which they considered happened in a flash, and they didn't see it coming. They never prepared for it. They were being caught on flat foot by the opponents, and that was the reason why they have considered two goals. And I think they have come out of their shell, as you said, and they have come to show that they have what it takes, to draw the game or to grab a win here. And if they maintain the momentum of which they are playing, they will definitely get this. They will definitely get something of this game.
Obviously, if they can maintain momentum, they've really built on this. Talking about the youth system of Abia Warriors, they can get something from this contest now. Ofoma Obinna for Supreme Kings. Gosta Mihanacho. Oyin Prince, back to Gosta Mihanacho, who has been the focal point in the middle here for the Young Kingmakers. He's possessed there. Bright Nwosu. Foul there by the lanky centre back, Destiny Chinedu. Free kick advantage to Abia Warriors under 19. It's still Supreme Kings Football Academy 2, Abia Warriors under 19 won. Match day 4 of the National Youth League Cup. Philadelphia Charles, who has been so brilliant here in the middle for Abia Warriors under 19. Edward, Chooks, Kingsley AKD, the man whose 2 goals have been the difference here. Costa Yanacho, Udora Joshua. Still Udora Joshua on the ball for the Kingmakers opportunity. He takes an ambitious drive from the goalkeeper was really troubled. Goalkeeper Winston Martins gathered safely for the under 19 youth system of Abia Warriors. The back line for Abia Warriors. Charles. No, that's CBK on the ball. Oka. Who tries to pick out the shot number 18. A lanky striker for Abia Warriors under 19. Chooks Edwards. Still Chooks on the ball, the captain for Abia Warriors. Forward they've been advancing. Bryson also on the ball. Who put one back for the youth team of Abia Warriors. Oyin Prince. Still Oyin Prince on the ball. He picks out Adwanya has a great intent. It lacks accuracy. Chooks Edward for the Young Warriors. You know, this time we're going to see substitution from the ranks of the Kingmakers. Charismatic Antonio Hamesi ready to be introduced for this context. Open up form against Chibike opportunity. Chibike Oka. That's Obino from that angle. Ought to have done pretty much better. That was a depth connection to that ball, which never troubled goalkeeper Kintus Kelechi go for Supreme Kings. That was a criminal miss, Chagos. There should have been 2-2 now for the youth system of Abia Warriors.
Yeah, the striker had all it takes. He had the time, you know, to keep a cool head and find a spot for himself. You know, he was in a hurry, and that is not the best, you know, that he can play from that side. And it's quite unfortunate that they have not been able to get a second as they did in the first when they conceded. And this is a change for Abia Warriors. I must say this is a like-for-like changing. You know, that will see a change in the midfield of the Kingmakers. And then let's see how it takes, because they are struggling in the middle of the park, which I know that the introduction of Aham Messi will bring stability to the team.
Tactically, alteration effected by coach Okochukweje, withdrawn winger Joshua Odora for midfielder Aham Messi Anthony. As Oyin Prince switches to the wide area for Supreme Kings Football Academy. It's still a 2-1 advantage to the young Kingmakers. Philadelphia Charles for Abia Warriors. Edward Chooks. Back to Philadelphia. Being dispossessed by Dekomo. Costa Mihanacho. Now see the back line of Abia Warriors enjoying a spell of possession. Chibike Oka. He advances forward. Chibike Oka tries to pick out Omukwe. Omukwe on the ball against Obino Former. Here he goes passing opportunity now. The bulky presence of Michael Precious, a fast, dangerous moment there for Supreme Kings. Antonio Hamesi, dispossessed by Sunday Wosu. Yet again, they win possession and they lose it intermittently. The left back for Abia Warriors swings it in the box there. Calmly gathered by goalkeeper Kintus Kelechi in goal for Supreme Kings. Kingsley Eke, who's got the 2 goals there for Supreme Kings. Chigoza Twanya felt that he was fouled. Obviously, the center referee gives them that advantage, Supreme Kings. Infringement against Chigoze. That's Divine Atwanya for, Divine Atwanya for Supreme Kings. It's still a 2-1 advantage to the Kingmakers. Those goals scored by Kingsley Eke, the left back for Supreme Kings. And Brighton wants to put one back for the youth team of Abia Warriors. Costa Mihanacho for Supreme Kings. Obino Former. Oyin Prince That's a throwing advantage to Abia Warriors. Brad Wosu. The low striker for Abia Warriors uses him. He wins an infringement yet again. Advantage Abia Warriors. To be taken by the left back, man with the shirt number 3. The center referee calls for calmness here as he tries to caution Bryce Nwosu, who felt he was unjustly manhunted. Referee tries to dish out instructions to the young striker for Abia Warriors. Free advantage to Abia Warriors, youth team. Beautifully swung in the box there by the left back, headed away by Ofomo Binna. Now to Divine Atwanya, throwing advantage to Abia Warriors, youth team. Chooks Edward. The ball goes off the line to give Supreme Kings throwing advantage. Chagos has been nice. For the young Warriors, they've been trying to restore parity prior to the halftime, break. They've got a very difficult opposition, a team that is tactically disciplined and tactically sound. For the young Warriors, they need to do something spectacular for them to draw level.
Yeah, the scoreline doesn't depict, the play from the Abia Royals team. As much as they have been in possession of this game, they have strings more passes among themselves. When you talk of completed passes, I think they have a very high percentage of it. And I know that if they can sustain what they have at the moment, because I can clearly see that the Supreme King teams are gradually coming into the game, and if they get the balance, it will definitely have a change in the scoreline, which the Abia Warriors team must not allow it to happen, because if this team gets their balance back, there will be a reflection in the scoreline, I think so.
The jersey numbers 9 for Abia Warriors. Sunday, who has been so temperamental in this cause, he really needs to be careful. Talking about Bright Wosu Sunday, as it has been brandished a yellow card by the center referee. He really needs to manage his emotions against the lanky defender for Supreme Kings, Destiny Chinedu. Both players have really have altercation as this contest grows on. Gosamiana to dispossess there. Michael Precious. Ahuchogo. Sila Ahuchogo. Omukwe. Obina. He also engaged goalkeeper Wisdom Martin in the backline for Abia Warriors. Adventurous switch of play there from the holding midfielder to the left back for Abia Warriors. Now he fouls a right back, Obina Former for Supreme Kings. Is a corner kick. I beg your pardon, that's an infringement free kick advantage to Supreme Kings. The intensity of this game seems to be rising. Kingsley Eke for Supreme Kings. Divine Atwanya. Advantage Abia Warriors. They seem to take that infringement. They want to really make it count. Abia Warriors system. Bright Sunday Nwosu. The temperamental strike of opportunity now. Philadelphia chance. Tries to volley it home. Miscued effort there from the shot number 38. From that point, here goes. We all felt that was the breakthrough for Abia Warriors system, but obviously and sadly it was a mixed opportunity for the young Warriors.
Yeah, he didn't have a very clear contact with the ball. That was the reason why the shot was taken in that dimension. The ball came to him. He had the chance, to control and then find the next thing to do. But he was quick, to play the ball. That is to show that there's still much more to his game because a professional will take his time, calm the game down. You are already in the half. You're already in the box of the opponent. Anything that is being committed, there is a penalty, and that should be the point where he should keep a cool head and then see what he can do from that point. But that one has gone, and it is now the Supreme King side trying to turn things around in terms of possession. They are up there with the scoreline with a one goal difference, demarcating the two teams. And let's see, they are gunning for more, and it has been the Abia Royals team who has been more clinical, in the middle of the park, and they are looking forward to to restore parity, before the first half whistle.
Tries to pick out Destiny Chinedu. Goalkeeper came to Skelechi, finally involved as they try to hold on to possession. Michael Precious, Destiny Chinedu, Prince Oyim, dispossessed. Oyim Prince. Advantage to Supreme Kings Football Academy. Oyim Prince returns back to his own half to regain possession. Destiny Chinedu picks out his defensive partner, Precious Michael. Kingsley Eke. Still Precious Michael. Auchogo. Chinenye back to Destiny Chinedu. Emmanuel Asondo. Still Emmanuel Asondo on the ball for Supreme Kings. A form Webina. Still a former. Precious Michael. Costa Mihanacho. Antonio James back to Precious. Ihanacho Ghost time. Divide. That's Chidanya Huchogo. Back to Ghost time. Ihanacho. A form Webina. Now falls. Supreme Kings. Charles Philadelphia for the Young Warriors. A spell of possession as they seem to exploit the spaces that would soon to be created by the opposition, the Young Kings, Supreme Kings Football Academy. Jukes Edwards also gets his goalkeeper. Masses. Wisdom involved. Now Chibike Oka. He wins an infringement in the position's half as the captain brings him down. Captain Costa Mihanacho. Philadelphia Charles. Still the Abia Warriors system. Still Charles Philadelphia. Jukes Edward. They seem to be having it, pretty difficult to make decisions in the final tour, the Young Warriors. They've been enjoying a spell of possession, Tigers, but their inability to make a penetrating decision whenever they seem to get to the final thought has been their undoing. Maybe it's a wake-up call for Coach Uko Chigoze, who really needs to have that, halftime prep talk for them to lift themselves from this, a tactical quagmire that has seemed to have bedeviled their movement going forward. But I can see maybe a very difficult and a very different Abia Warriors system in the second half. But because definitely what we've seen so far in the first half, this has been their undoing. They seem to make the best of possession, holding on to possession, but trying to penetrate in the final third has been their Achilles heel, Tigers.
Yeah, just like I said earlier on, the scoreline does not really shows what the Abia Warriors team has been doing. They have been sound. They have shown character. They have shown they have what it takes to match this Supreme Kings team. But their inability to make the decisions where it matters most, I think that is the main reason why they are still one goal down. And if they continue this way, it's going to be a different ball game for them, which I feel that the Supreme Kings team can come into this game anytime, with the way they have trying to win the second balls, and they have been much more. They have been much more on the front foot trying to get a goal. And when it comes to the final third, they have been the best team in terms of decision, but they have never had it successful for them, which I think that is also a talking point for the coach during the first half for their pep talk. And then I believe that the dimension of this game will really change in the second half, because there have been some lapses which I know that their coaches have really noted, and they will definitely work on coming in for the second half.
Goalkeeper into Skeletti for the Young Kings, still holding on to the ball. And tries to make the best of decisions inside his own goal area. He finally gathers, picks out Destiny. Precious, who can also be referred as Precious Michael, at the heart of the defense there for Supreme Kings. Okatibike. Bright Wosu Sunday had a harsh contact there against the centre back for Supreme Kings. Precious Michael, the former, gets the nod of the centre referee as he's been handed a free kick advantage to his own side. The captain of the side, Chooks Edward, on the ball for Abia Warriors team. Finally leaves it for the diminutive right back. Opportunity now. Currently gathered by goalkeeper Kintu Skelechi. The lanky centre back, Destiny Chinedu, on the ground for Supreme Kings. It's still a 2-1 advantage to Supreme Kings Football Academy against Abia Warriors under 19. Match day 4 of the National Youth League Cup here at the Elephant Park. A clash involving two familiar oppositions. A whole lot less at stake as far as this contest is concerned. Bragging rights, both sides journeyed on the way from the state capital to life out here at the commercial city of Abia to engage in age-long hostilities. But as it stands now, the pendulum of victory, Chagos, seems to be swinging to the young kingmakers. Only time will tell, Chagos.
Yeah, the young kingmakers have stepped up their game since the introduction of Antonio Hamesi, which I know that they have not come in their full force. And the Abia Warriors team, has gradually been maintaining their style of play, holding on to possession and then trying to exploit the spaces, which I think that they will get it right if they can be more decisive in the final third. And their midfielders has stand out, with Philadelphia orchestrating whatever they are doing from the middle of the park, as well as their captain. They have been exceptional, and I think there will definitely be a reward for the team for the way they have played and for the way they have weathered all that has been huffed and puffed at them, by the host. And I know that going forward they will get it right, and if they are able to curtail what the Supreme Kings team has on them, and then it's going to be a good one. But I predict that there will definitely be a winner in this team. I predict there will definitely be a winner in this team because of the way the two teams are playing. It can swing anyway. The pendulum can swing anyway. But it has been an exciting first half, which has seen some flashes of intelligent play from the both sides. And that shows what happens in the youth team. You can see a lot of prospect from the both ends. And this is to show that there is hope, as far as academic football is concerned. And then going forward, you can see that their talent is never in doubt. And I know that it will definitely, come to light with time. Let's see what happens before the end of the first half.
Precious Michael for Supreme Kings. Kintu Skelechi, the goalkeeper. Still Kintu Skelechi. Costa Mianacho brings it down confidently for the Kingmakers. Opportunity now for okay. Price on the opportunity. He draws them level. That was a horrendous mistake there from the captain, Kostami Hanacho, who seemed to be lacking the rest of ideas. And he gives the ball away only for the temperamental man who has really almost has been, making the wrong of headlines here for Abia Warriors U team. Wasn't it has been troublesome here, trying to, question the decision of the referee, but eventually he's got a brace to himself. Praise a piece for Kingsley Eke, Supreme Kings, and Bryce Sunday for Abia Warriors. What a goal, Chagos, for the young youth system of Abia Warriors.
Yeah, just like I said, they have what it takes to come into this game, and they have done it. The lapses from the captain of the Supreme King side, gifted them the goal, and then this shows that the pressure they are putting on this Supreme Kings team, and I know that from now henceforth they will have an upper hand. From now henceforth they have an upper hand. And if care is not taken, the Supreme Kings might concede, for another goal. But let's see how it goes in the final minutes of the game, as the first half will soon be over on a 2-2 scoreline. Let's see whether the half ends on this note. But I feel there's still one more goal to come in this half. I don't know which way it will come, but I still see a goal coming in before the end of the first half.
Kezileke, defender Antoine, spotted to have been in an offside position. The Kingmakers obviously have really gone down the drain. They seem to have gone down the steam here, as the center referee races downwards to the technical dugout of Abia Warriors to lay out a complaint. The center referee, Kangan MPFL, center referee SG Carlo, tries to make himself hugely felt. It's 2 goals apiece for both teams here at the Elephant Park. Match day 4 of the National Youth League Cup. The 2-goal hero for Abia Warriors, Bright Wonsu Sunday, is just within touching distance of getting his matching orders. Chagos, he really needs to manage his emotions here at the Elephant Park. As much as he has gotten both goals, we felt that probably that would have, given him the edge to have, managed his emotion. But he's not really getting he's not well with the temperamental and bulky Bright Wonsu for the Abia Warriors system.
Yeah, the young striker should watch it. He has been temperamental last week. I am sure of that. But the way he has been playing, he has gotten 2 goals to his name, and which I think should calm his nerves and get him into the game proper. But I still see that he still plays, with some level of temperament in him, and which I think might ruin the day for him if he doesn't watch it for himself.
Maybe he's not interested in bagging a hat-trick here. With the kind of behavior he has meted out lately here at the Elephant Park. Bright Wonsu Sunday, the 2-goal hero for the Abia Warriors team, trying to manage his emotion. Ahuchog, Oyim, Antonio Hamesi, Sila Ahuchogo, dispossessed by Chibike Oka. The back line of Abia Warriors system courageously brings serenity at the back. They've been so much pretty disciplined. They've been absorbing the pressure with calmness and a measure of professionalism at the back for the youth system of Abia Warriors. Charles Philadelphia. Hughes Edward. Tries to pick out the adventurous right back there, down the line there for Abia Warriors team. Opportunity beckons here. He miscued for the 2-goal hero. Ahuchogo, diminutive playmaker force. The Kingmakers on the ball. Sila Ahuchogo finally being dispossessed by towering personnel there for the Abia Warriors system. Bright, Sunday Wonsu. He brings it. That was a cutback with good intention. Unfortunately, there was no teammate there to latch on to that cutback. On the right wing guard there for Abia Warriors Youth System. Kesile Eke. Kelechi Kintus. Destiny Chinedu. See Destiny Chinedu for the Kingmakers. Precious Michael. Destiny Chinedu once again tries to pick out the adventurous runner from Obina. It's a throwing advantage, so says the assistant referee in favor of the Kingmakers. The right back of former Obina, saddled, finally taken. Costa Mihanacho. Emmanuel Azondo to Antonio Hamesi. Prince Oyim. The diminutive Chinenye Ahuchogo back to Oyim Prince. Precious Michael. There's a long drive there. Pretty ambitious. Sadly lacked accuracy. The center back there for Supreme Kings takes an ambitious drive off a 40-yard.
Yeah, that was what taking. You know, with he had chances, he had space before him, and going for a trial. You know, from a goal from that spot is not a bad idea. We have seen screamers from such angles. You know, in football, and I think if it had come to the if it had been on target, it would definitely disturb the goalkeeper of Abia Warriors. You know, and then as we can see, is a foul against Supreme Kings, why the players thought otherwise. But the referee decision stands that is against the Supreme Kings team. You know, after the captain of Abia Warriors is being brought down, and they are going to check out what might be wrong with the captain as he seems to be in pain. The game has really toughened after the Abia Warriors team restored parity, you know, through their striker Nwosu. And it shows that they have what it takes, you know, to even get a leading goal for themselves, you know. But the Supreme Kings team has not played in their full tradition, what we know them for, the quick plays and the ability to run, you know, on their opponents. But let's see how it goes, you know, in the first half, because as it is now, we are just some minutes away from the first half, and then coming into the second half, just like I said earlier on, it will be a different ball game for both sides.
Obviously, expectations so at a premium level in the second half from both sides. We are going to expect pretty something different tactically, in quote. Both sides are still trying to see who can. Now Antonio Hamesi on the ball. Opportunity. It's 3-2 advantage to Supreme Kings as the fourth official raises the scoreboard, indicating a 1 minute additional time left to be played in the first half. What a pass there from the captain, who tries to redress the balance, having been the culprit in the build-up to the goals. Price on the ones of Abia Warriors. Now he has amended his mistakes as he releases Antonio Hamesi, who regains the lead for Supreme Kings. It's Supreme Kings Football Academy 3. Abia Warriors under 19 2. And the center referee, Ezechiel, brings first half hostilities to an end. What a goal, what a half it has been. 5-goal thriller. Advantage Supreme Kings Football Academy. 2 goals scored by Kizileke. And a sublime finish by Antonio Hamesi to give them a 32 slim advantage heading into the break. Chagos, it has been an interesting first 45 here at the
end, before the game ends for the second half. You know, goes for the halftime break, and it has happened. And good day, it is the Supreme Kings team who has gotten the game, the goal. The pendulum has swung to their side, and then let's say, just like I mentioned earlier, there's still more goals in this team. The two-side player attacking team, and it's going to be the one who is much more clinical that will definitely win this game. 3-2 it is. Let's wait what happens in the second half.
And like goalkeeper there for Supreme Kings. Michael Precious back to Costa Mihanacho. Michael Precious yet again. Destiny Chinedu. of former opener Antonio Hamesi, who got the goal. That seems to be the icing on the cake in prior to the halftime break here for Supreme Kings Football Academy. This is the Pixar goalkeeper, Kintus Kelechi. Michael Precious. Reliable centre back there, and he advances forward. Scotted by Edward Chooks, captain for Abia Warriors. Bryson De Wosu. Oka Chibike. Onwukwe. Still Onwukwe on the ball. Obi Onwukwe being dispossessed finally. Ahuchogo. The referee calls for an infringement there. Onwukwe. Obina is on the ground. Finally, it is substitution to be effected by coach Chigozie Uko. Coming on is goal shy Chijindu Godwin to be introduced for the youth team of Abia Warriors. Striker who struggles to find the back of the net. We are left to see how he would redeem himself here at the Elephant Park. Beautifully crafted and built, has the physique of a modern day young striker. But his inability to find the back of the net has been his undoings lately. Chibigoka. Brilliant piece of play from the right back, who also to make the opportunity. Offside call. Napoleon Uzubechi alongside Chidindu Godwin to be introduced in no distant time for Abia Warriors team. Coach Uko Chigozie. Antonio Hamesi. Obino from advances forward now for Super Pisa de Mayo on the opportunity now. Possibilities. The goalkeeper who was recently introduced, David Onyemowa, come shooting. Now the tall and key striker now for Abia Warriors. The man with shirt number 14 seems to be very lively down the flank here for Abia Warriors. Headed away by a former Obina. Still the man, Pink. Beautifully controlled there on the edge. Philadelphia Charles. Edward Chooks. Chooks Edward. Headed away there, like Precious Michael. Now, Costa Mihana job tries to break forward Supreme Kings. He picks out Antonio Hamesi. Opportunity. The keeper comes off his line. He didn't read it brilliantly. Edward Chooks regains possession for Abia Warriors. Philadelphia. Charles back to Chooks Edward. They've been enjoying a brief share of possession, the young Warriors. As I'm being joined again by Chagos. Chigozie also probably known as Chagos. Both sides have started on a very, impressive note in the second half. A couple of substitutions are yet to be effected, and we're going to see opportunity now. He picks out Divine Atuanya on the ball. Oh my, offside call against the onrushing Divine Atuanya for Supreme Kings. And now, Coach Uko Chigozie. Substitution. Yellow card. Position of this. The two of Chijindu Godwin and Napoleon Zubechi to be introduced as they take the places of shirt number 81, Okwa Dixon, and Obina Onwukwe, who was heavily involved in the first half. Chagos, thank you for joining us yet again here at Park. Abia Warriors. The Warriors. That was the shadow of the former Abia Warriors striker we've always known. Emmanuel Osondo, brilliantly done. Now Antonio Hamesi, possibilities, squashing the ball. The goalkeeper, Onyemo David makes himself.
Game for the team.
Much credence to the recently introduced goalkeeper Onyemo, who makes himself so huge to still keep the scoreline respectable here at the left-hand park. Destiny Chinedu, Precious Michael. Still Precious Michael for Supreme Kings. Switch of play, tries to pick out Divine Atwanya, who has been lively in the second half here for the Kingmakers. Gosta Mihanacho, Kingsley Eke, Destiny Chinedu. The lanky centre back who played ease for Supreme Kings. Oyin Prince. Divine Atwanya races downwards, but he's got this huge centre back to contend with. Rafael Magaji. The goalkeeper Onyemo David seemed less troubled at the back there as he tries to pick out his teammate, Chooks Edward. David Onyemowa. Excel Okam. An opportunity now for Chibike Oka. Still Chibike. Alongside Chisom Carlo. 11 and 12 respectively. Mihanacho and Divine Atwanya for Supreme Kings. What a double substitution this means for Coach Okechukwu AJ Chaigo.
Yeah, the substitution is well needed, I think, because the Abia Warriors team has dominated play, and they have succeeded in doing that from the middle of the park. You know, we'll say it's a bad day for Gosta Mihanacho because this is off what he can do. But you know, there's definitely a bad day for every player, and I think this is one of the days. And the changing that has just occurred now, I think is appropriate for the team going forward, because it's to give them balance, because the player they just introduced has the ability to retain possession and then get into play. So let's see what happens, you know, for the two teams going forward.
Rafael Magaji picks that goalkeeper Onyemo David. Brilliantly done by this goalkeeper who has been so impressive ever since he was brought on. Precious Michael. Brilliantly done by Chindu Godwin now to Chibike Oka. The Young Warriors, the offensive unit of the Young Warriors seem to be undoing for the team generally. Decisions haven't been tactically sound, Tiger.
If because the team, the Super Kings team has the ability to be decisive and do the right thing at the right time. So I think if the Abia Warriors team, can level up and try to do what they are supposed to do at the right place and at the right time, I think they will get a leveler in this game. They have what it takes. They have not dropped a beat, but they have pushed the Super Kings team to level up, and that is what the Super Kings have done with their substitutions, which I think, which we'll see whether it will match, their play and then reverse the whole possession team.
Ebuko Kora for the ball. Yellow card to recently introduced Ebuko Kora for. Who gets shots at the referee that he never heard the sound of the whistle. Ekene Christopher, Magaji Raphael. The duo of Chicks, TBK, Oka and Godwin Chijindo try to combine to win a 3 advantage for Abia Warriors youth team. Raphael Magaji for the youth system of Abia Warriors. They've been asking a couple of questions late on here. TBK Oka, Chijindo, Godwin. Still chilling on the ball. Tries to force it on the players of Supreme Kings. Christopher Ekene. Still Ekene Christopher. He's in the box. Gathered calmly by goalkeeper Kintu Skelechi for Supreme Kings. Ebuko Kora for. Chizom Kalabatu, Ebuko Kora for. They do combine brilliantly as they are recently introduced. Just to set in the box there. A former Bina is a goal kick to Abia Warriors youth team. Charles Philadelphia returns back onto the pitch for Abia Warriors youth team. He was recently attended to medically on the lines. Oyin Prince, Ahujo Guchinenye, Carlo Chisum, Antonio Hamesi, opportunity! He runs the goalkeeper. What another big, huge moment for goalkeeper Onyemowa David, who has been so brilliant here for Abia Warriors. As a matter of fact, Chagos, he has really kept his scoreline respectable ever since he was brought on. Kudos and much credence to goalkeeper Emmanuel Onyemowa David.
Yeah, Onyemowa has been on top of his game since coming on for the team. He has been able to rescue 2 goals. That would have stretched the game out of sight for the Abia Warriors team. Good decisions from him, and he has always come up with the best decision when it matters most, and that shows the confidence which the Abia Warriors technical crew has on him, which he made him to be, be thrown into the fray before the first half, and he has lived up to expectation, and shows what it has, and to show that he has what it takes, to be the #1 goalkeeper of this Abia Warriors team.
Gonna kick advantage to Supreme Kings Football Academy to be taken by Hamesi Anthony. Yet to be taken. Poised. Anthony Hamesi for Supreme Kings Football Academy. The center referee tries to ensure there is a measure of professionalism here. Tries to caution this shot instruction to the ball boy. And he has been asked to leave the corner flag and to climb up. Corner kick to be taken by Antonio Hamesi for Supreme Kings. Beautifully swung in. And the best of clearance is there. Oh, an overhead kick from Emmanuel Osando, who has been trying to find his name on the score sheet for Supreme Kings. It's a goal kick advantage to Abia Warriors shoot team. Already taken by goalkeeper Onyemo David to Ekene Christopher. A former Obina dispossessed. Bryce Sunday, opportunity now! Possibilities! Offside call against Napoleon Nzubechi. They all felt it was their moment. Sit on the free, raise our flag up to signal Napoleon Nzubechi to have been spotted to have been in an offside position. Ekene Christopher. Charles Philadelphia. What a player he has been for Abia Warriors. Magaji Raphael. Brilliantly controlled there by Magaji Raphael for the youth system of Abia Warriors. It's a throwing advantage. They've been asking a couple of questions here. The young Warriors. The match officials tries to he's been told to leave the technical dugout. One of the assistant coaches for Abia Warriors. Red card to one of the personnels, coaching personnel of Abia Warriors. He has been brandished a yellow card. I beg your pardon, that's a red card. He has been told to leave the confines of the technical dugout. The center referee, Ganglin Ezichikalo, has been in charge of proceedings here at the Elephant Park. Long throw there from Magaji Raphael. Cleared away by Antonio Hamesi. Chisom Kalo brings it down. Raphael Magaji for Abia Warriors. In the box. Gathered by goalkeeper Kintus Kelechi. It's still a 3-2 advantage to Supreme Kings Football Academy. Already served there by goalkeeper Kintus to Destiny Chinedu. Careless of passes there now. Chinedu Godwin. Still Chinedu. That was a cop. Chinedu yet again. Headed away by Precious Michael. Chisom Kalu clears for the game makers. Broke down brilliantly by Kene Christopher. Edward Chooks. Nzubechi. Napoleon dispossessed by Antonio Hamesi. Kizileke now to Chisom Kalu. See Kalu Chisom. Kalu Chisom still on the ball. Tries to pick out Emmanuel Osondo. Antonio Hamesi. Kalu Chisom. Edward Chooks. Napoleon Nzubechi. Raphael Magaji for Abia Warriors. Still Raphael tries to pick out Napoleon, opportunity. Get away by Destiny Chinedu. It's a free call. The defensive duo of Destiny Chinedu and Precious Michael have been so massive at the back there for the Kingmakers. They try to avoid the pressure. They try to instill serenity. They try to bring calmness. And that's what we've seen so far there at the back line there for Supreme Kings Tigers.
Yeah, the two defensive pair, you will see the chemistry between them. You will see the understanding, the way they play and the way they position themselves. The communication between them has been top. The communication between their two has been top. And that is, forget about the 2 goals conceded by the team. But if you are talking about their play individually and collectively in the heart of Supreme Kings backline, you will see very well that they have done massively well, both in communication and in play and in organization as well. So kudos to them. That shows the quality the two of them have, and this has also reflected, in what they have been doing and what they in this game. So their defensive pair is one to be on the lookout for. They have meant for their team, and the way they have suppressed pressure, they make the best decision.
Credence to the backline of Supreme Kings. Substitution for Academy, Kingsley Eke, 2-goal hero, takes it. Chison Carlo President Antonio Hamesi. It's been tackled from behind. Tackle from Magaji Rafael on Antonio Hamesi. Free kick advantage to Supreme Kings Football Academy. Oyen Prince starts to pick out Kingsley Eke. Foul. That was a foul against Kingsley Eke, the left back for Supreme Kings. Ekene Christopher, Magaji Rafael. Prince Oyim, Antonio Hamesi. Send freedman call against the Young Warriors. Oyen Prince. Infringement within. Won there by Oyen Prince for Supreme Kings. To be taken by the left back. Kingsley Eke, no. I beg your pardon, that's. Yeah, obviously that's Kingsley Eke. Takes it, switch on play there, tries to pick out Ebuko Korafo. He controls beautifully down the flank for Supreme Kings. Set in the box. Goal kick advantage. Top substitution for the Kingmakers, Abat. Marvelous, shed number 29 alongside Victor Nwogu for Supreme Kings. Outgoing at the duo of Obina, a former, and the diminutive Chinenye Ahuchogo. What a player this young man has been in Chagos. Chinenye Ahuchogo has been so brilliant for the young Kingmakers.
Yeah, he has always been. And if you have been following his play all through since the beginning of the season, you will see how effective he has been for his team. You know, going forward and tracking back, he has been on point. You know, the young boy has so much energy to burn, and he has never been found wanting. And he has been the as far as the midfield of Abia Supreme Kings team is concerned. And as he comes off, I think it's a like-for-like change. And let's see what Victor Nwogu, will bring into this game.
About Marvel. Taken by the left back there. Every moment for the back line of Supreme Kings. Beautifully done. Advantage Supreme Kings Football Academy. Advantage to Supreme Kings Football Academy. Check out goals of the left side. This is a beautiful break alongside Antonio Hamesi.
Connect. Mba. Sport.
repeat with the condition here at the infant park. Offside have been enjoying themselves here to go. Now let's go back for offside goal. On what we saw in the first half where goalkeeper Wisdom Martin was there in the six for the young warriors. Tactical something right, but go Tico. So Tico there for the team.
We're not going to sit down. Magua. Victory. We're not going to sit down. We're not sit down.
Magadi Rafael, intervention Napoleon. Intervention também, intervention. Magadi Rafael, on the ball for the number 15. Thank you also monitor the position of the portrait crumbling between both teams. We're going to see how effective this will be for the young warriors. If it's a win, Magadi Rafael points on the ball. Magadi Rafael sending the ball. Academy. Occupation collective Brandis Ayota. That's when again this up here. Bin Brandis. Isamit ni Brandis. Santa de Queen. Edisi Kalu. Okay. Kita kena lebar. Kita lagi. Oh, kita lagi. Boleh lepas for Abia World 16. Kita go grab for. Kita ni for. All the team makers. Let's go. Kita mesti kembali. Kita mereka juga itu berpo sebagai football academy. Juga berapa? Jadi berapa itu? Apa? Ini hijau ini berpakai apa dulu? Nemo Devi. Ini Christopher. Rafael Magaji. Ego bantu Rafael Magaji po ngato wala. Ini dari setelah position ada pakai trying to clear out their own house the young warriors. Spectacular. Edward. Ako di sana go. Magaji Rafael. Oke bilang ya pakai po ngato warriors.
Let's go.
Gonzalo. Grazie Gonzalo alla posizione. Tocca la ball. Inizia con il Pavante. Cesare Pace, una 5 minutes left on our bench, will be affected by the fourth official. For other words with teams, the both minutes are 5 minutes. Sunday that destiny here at the Elephant Park. Over please. Glory of the young warrior having come to the game. The commercial city of Abia. I'm going to pass it in the capital. Look something. It's all going on. Maybe. Only has answers to this question. Now they break. They go bravo. Brilliant pass now for the young warriors there. The Elephant Park. Magaji Rafael. In the Godwin. Avalanche of yellow cards.
It's your
Traditional yellow card. For the final issue here. The only poco cosas porque lo que tuve que hacer es
It's over.
They are the elephants coming to the ball. Thank you for joining us.